Moving is way up there on the stress meter. I've done it. It's a nightmare, especially if you have a house to sell. When there's a ton of stuff you have to do, having a checklist that breaks things down into doable tasks can make the process lots easier. And that's what this video is about. I'm Jana Classy, and my husband Paul and I are realtors, and we do a video every week on the Eastern Panhandle and just things on buying and selling. And so if that interests you, consider subscribing. And as an aside, I'm going to be going through this timeline pretty quickly. So to save you from having to take notes, we've created a printable checklist, and you can grab a copy of that at the end of this video by clicking on the link in the description box below. Okay, starting with week number 1. It's going to be all about your stuff. So this week, you're going to look at everything in the entire house and put it into one of 3 categories. Things you need to keep while your home is on the market, and that includes things like your toothbrush, kitchen supplies, everyday living type things. And number 2, things you want to keep that can be packed now. That might include artwork, seasonal items, valuables, excess furniture. Remember, you want your home to be as open, neutral, and inviting as possible. So keep only enough furniture to define the room. 1 sofa, 2 end tables, coffee table, a chair, for example, in the living room or family room. You don't want a room crowded with excess furniture. Also, consider removing family photos. So pack those things up, store for your future home. And then number 3, things you don't want to keep at all, things you want to donate or sell, and be ruthless. Decluttering, from my experience, can be so liberating. Do the same outside your house. And when I say everything, I mean everything. It helps to break your home into 7 distinct areas, 1 for each day of the week. Okay, week 2. Arrange a place to store the items you don't need right now. Those items in category 2. The stuff you packed up to move to your next home. Consider renting a storage unit, asking a friend or family member. You can store those items there at their place temporarily. And for the items you're getting rid of, arrange to sell or donate those items. If you decide to sell, it's easier, faster to sell online. With Facebook Marketplace and other sites like that, it's a lot easier than a garage sale. And this is the 30-day plan, so we're looking for fast. And this week, also interview realtors. Look at the plans they have for selling your home. And if you are in the Eastern Panhandle, consider interviewing us. Choose a realtor you feel comfortable with, and then start signing the listing documents. Be sure to understand timing and your contractual obligations and how they'll schedule showings with you. Also, ask your realtor or a professional stager if they have any tips on how to make your home show better. The basic rule of staging is a neutral backdrop with pops of color, throw pillows, flowers, area rugs, and decluttered and not over-furnished. Okay, lots of work has been done up to this point. But if you've stuck to the schedule, by the end of the week, you should be left with just things you want to keep and use while the home is listed. So then we're headed to week 3. Now that you've gotten rid of a bunch of stuff, you're going to walk around the house, maybe do some of the staging advice you got, and very important, make a list of any items that need to be repaired and make a plan for them to be repaired as soon as possible. If they're repairs you can do yourself, great. If not, hire a handyman to come out for a few hours. It's really worth it. Also, make sure that the systems are maintained, so have the HVAC system serviced if it's past due. Remember, our goal here is to make sure that your home shows in the best possible light and that it looks well cared for. Let your realtor know that you'll be ready to activate your listing at the end of the week so they can schedule a professional photo shoot. Lastly, in week 3, you're going to come up with a plan for showings. And this can be a bit more complicated if you work from home or if you have pets or kids. So come up with a plan for quickly cleaning areas like the kitchen, bathrooms, ensuring beds are made. You may want to have a bin in each of those rooms so you can scoop up everything on the counters and put it in the closet while the house is being shown, then pull it out when they leave the house. All right, so I'll bet your house is already looking pretty good. But now you're going to make it sparkle, and it will be well worth it to hire some help for that. A landscaper to clean up the front and backyard. Curb appeal can make such a big difference, and overgrown trees are sending the wrong message. So get everything trimmed up and looking fresh. Also, hire a professional cleaner to do a deep clean, and I mean a deep clean. We're talking flooring, grout, light fixtures, and everything in between, top to bottom, inside and out. And get photos now that your house is pristine. You'll also need to complete some documents. The seller property disclosure statement. Also, buyers will likely ask for utility bills, a plat, HOA docs, a clue report from your insurance company. So start gathering all that. And at this point, you are, by all accounts, ready to activate the listing and start accepting showings. You'll need to give a house key to your realtor so she can put it in the lockbox on the door. And if you don't need to list your house in 30 days, you can simply extend this timeline in a way that suits you. If you'd like to download a printable copy of the checklist, click the link in the description box below. The video over there on the right points out red flags that indicate there's a problem with the house. It's a good guide for buyers as well as sellers. And I want to thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye.